One of the things that I saw when you were questioning, especially at the end, you kept calling on the same students over and over, and sometimes it was that students were calling out, and and that's okay. But you want to kind of. My goal always was every student must speak, and if I had students that weren't going to, one of the strategies I taught was. Put the student's name at the end of the question. So instead of going, Ryan, what is Islam? You go, what is Islam, Tom? Okay, so students don't know. So it keeps them focused. It keeps them awake because they don't know if it's coming. And that it takes practice to do. You got to you got to set your mind frame there. So keep in mind, there are different tricks you can use. Put the student's name on index cards. Popsicle sticks work great. I've even had people pass out playing cards, and anytime that and then you have a stack, and anytime that the hearts, the two of hearts come up, those people are it's their turn to answer or whatnot. So just keep in mind your goal is to get every student to ask or answer a question.
Can I ask you, how does the popsicle sticks work?
Yeah, you just write the student's name on the popsicle stick, and some people use cups, so you move the popsicle stick to the other cup or whatnot.
Okay, I thought the students had the popsicle stick.
Any more pushing feedback?
I say that one of the best things that I saw you guys, because I want to preface this, one of the best things that you both did was when questions were asked that could lead to other issues, you presented them or you approached them very well. And I'll say the only time I feel like that didn't happen was I feel like Dylan asked a really good question that had great implications for connecting two different religions or the differences in religions, because that's what it seemed like we were trying to discuss. It was about Buddhism and what is Buddhism and what are the differences here that this has. And it was pushed to the side, and we'll get to that later, but we never got to it later. And that is something like, and maybe this is, there's a lot of knowledge there, so maybe if you don't have that knowledge yet, that's fine, and you'll get it. There's nothing like teaching to make you learn. But that could have gone into, a very good discussion about, okay, well, look at the differences here between that and all the other religions, and what are the differences between Buddhism and the other religions, and then how does Islam compare with its differences? I just feel like that could have been. I mean, but then again, that was like the only time, because other times, I thought it was done very well.
Yeah, as you play school and you play it out in your head before, I thought now as he's gone through it, the importance of having a map that you could have just put up on the Elmo, showing how close the religions were together, would have been another way of connecting things. So that's the thing to think about. It's like, what would you do differently as you play school? What would you have added? What could have been around you, just to support some of the comments? Because you're good at discussing, you're good at moving with the flow, but then if there's tangible things that you could use as resources to illustrate some of the bigger picture items, that would have been a nice development. But I think sometimes that comes later. But part of these lesson plans that you've got to do is remember that, especially with the question frame, an idiot has got to be able to teach them. That's the goal. So I do want a question frame in your lesson plans of how you would structure it, because I need to be able to teach it, if you're sick that day. So that's laying it out for me in the long, big picture. Other pushing frame feedback, please. Okay.